They wouldn't really tell me what was wrong. I had really no idea, but I had to go to the Children's Hospital. From the CT scan, they found out that it was a 1.3 kilo tumour. It was behind his kidney, so they needed to take the whole thing out. It came back that he had Wilms tumour. It was a form of childhood cancer. It was diagnosed on Tuesday. We were admitted, and on the Friday he had his operation.
They cut my tumour out with a knife.
We had the 6 months of the chemotherapy, and then after 6 months they have a CT scan just to confirm that, it was all clear.
Sometimes kids tease me about having not hair.
After chemo, his last round, he was sick. He was sick for the last probably 3-4 weeks.
Sometimes you cry when you have the hook out, and sometimes I don't cry.
And I said goodbye to everyone in the oncology ward and, thank you very much. And then in the afternoon, I remember being called up by the oncologist. And he said, look, this is really good. I'd like to show you, Hughie's kidneys. This is clear, and this is clear, and that's clear. That's excellent, that's excellent. And then he said, but over here, he said, that's another tumour.
We found out that he had another tumour going there.
And I said to the oncologist, you tell him. And they said, Hughie, we found another little tumour. And he said, no, the tumour's gone. I told you the tumour's gone. They said, well, there's another one here, and we need to take that out. And he got angry. Sometimes he'll start to cry and he'll say, no one loves me, no one cares about me. And he said, I wish I had cancer. I said, no, you don't say that. Because I do, I wish I had cancer, because then people would give me attention.
I don't really like Chloe's got a temperature in the night, and then we rush to hospital, into emergency, and then stay there for a long time, and I get really tired.
And then one night he just broke down crying at someone's house, and it was about 9 o'clock, and the lady said, you've got to come and pick your son up, he's not coping. And then I came and picked him up. He said, I just want to be with you and Hughie.
Hughie has cancer. Some things has changed, just things around the hospital and some things at home.
Redkite bag was actually given to me on the first day. Hughie was admitted into hospital, and inside there had toothbrush and everything that I didn't pack that I actually need, a mandatory deodorant, toothbrush, and there were presents, and I think there was a teddy bear. And carrying this bag that then I suppose everyone knows that you're an oncology patient. It's thoughtful and considerate that Redkite can do that. So I rang up Redkite, I spoke to a social worker, and she said, look, we've got these books. And she said, tell me, what are the issues? And I said, anger. And also about the other one, my other son, who doesn't have cancer. It's like, what about me? He's feeling really isolated. And she said, look, I've got this really good book, and it is actually called What About Me? So that was sent to me via Redkite, and that was awesome. There were books that the children could identify, and Hughie would say, oh, that's me in hospital. And Jordan said, oh, that's me over there. Prior to Hughie's sickness, I was working, and I was just building up, getting work for myself, and, juggling, employment with Hughie and Geordie, and I was doing really well. And then when Hughie got cancer, for the first 6 months, I thought in my head, oh, I can handle this, it's only for 6 months. But then the next 7 months came, I saw a social worker, and she said, you're not going to be working, you don't have a husband. And she said, yeah, Redkite can help bill. She said, what bills do you have? I said, well, I have an electricity bill, I got a telephone bill. She said, bring them in. You've got enough stress in your life with your son having cancer. Then I've got financial pressure. Who's going to help me? And then you go and say, well, I just ring up Redkite. And I got this lovely letter from Redkite saying, we have pleasure in paying for your bill. And I was like, oh, wow. The hardest thing is asking for help. When I found out that he had another tumour, that's when I started accessing Redkite, and they were there with non-judgment, and they're actually listening. They find solutions. It's just been awesome. I didn't know Redkite before my son had cancer. I knew nothing about it. For Hugh, Redkite means it's red kites. It's a long journey, and Hughie's, in his case, it's unknown. If his tumour, if it comes back somewhere else or the cells start growing, he's going to need more treatment. And it's like, oh my God, can I do this again? With Redkite support, I can.